Okay, guys, welcome to week 6. We are getting so close. This video is an intro to what we are covering this week. So, I'm going to kind of remind you of some things that you have done and then show you what you are working on this week. So, I forgot to add something. I'll do that later. So, first off, you recall I gave you a little bit of uh, flexibility or um, shortened expectations for your rough draft. So, as you know, we've been working on Comp 15. At this point, let's go on to Schoology. Like me, you have started with a topics list. You have narrowed it down into an argument. And this past week, I helped you especially with your enthymemes in answering but why your reason is true for your warrant. So you can check that out. And if you're still not sure, let me know. Send me an email and I can take a look at what you have. And then you started coming up with reasons and counter arguments. That was the mini outline. And you posted it here on Schoology as a link. And then that got turned into, so let's say here we pasted our mini outline here. It got turned into a fleshed out outline, which is where you are now copying, pasting source information, and you're working to cite so that your authors of the articles are listed in parenthetical form after each little bit of information that came from your source. So you had this outline, and then below, you had your best effort at a works cited. And this week I'll be grading works cited. You did a peer review of that this week, a table read on works cited. So I'm hoping they're looking really good. And then after that, you started turning your fleshed out outline into a rough draft, and you did 2 paragraphs, perhaps, if not more. Okay, so for our expectations this week, let's go and take a look at your the schedule. This week we're going to be table reading your papers on Schoology. So same old table read groups, still posting who commented would be great. But for this table read, I realize you maybe didn't write a whole lot for your rough draft, so I might have you do table read on not only the rough draft, but on the fleshed out outline, just for like ideas of what else you could add or what are you forgetting. If we take a look at the rubric for Comp 15, it explains this process. So here we are. Next, you'll revise your outline to complete and thorough fleshed out outline. And this outline will be built into a rough draft, which will undergo 2 rounds of table reading. So we're on the first round right now. We are just looking at how your arguments are, how strong they are, what other arguments you could come up with, other counter arguments, and looking for plagiarism issues. This is the time to check for plagiarism issues. Um, if a paper uses sources in the quotes, paraphrase, or not cited, the paper will be a 0 and must be revised and resubmitted. So this table read is not looking at periods, punctuation, spelling, wording, nothing like that. None of the fine tuning. We're only looking at ideas. So you're going to be on your tables outlines, or you're going to be in their drafts if their drafts are coming along more, and you're especially looking for how the ideas are and if there's plagiarism and how you detect if there's plagiarism, just like I do. I look at, for instance, Braun. I look at Roeder. I look at all their citations, McKell Fisher. I look at an article title, Media and Body Image and Eating Disorders, and then I go to their works cited and I try to find Braun. Yep. Roeder was one. McKell Fisher there. Yep, media, body image, eating disorders. Yeah. So, like, I'm making sure that what they have in their parenthetical actually is here in the first spot and matches. Okay, that's how you detect for plagiarism. So if you see any where they don't match from draft to works cited, comment on that to help your table out. Okay, so that's our primary job this week. Let's go back to the schedule here. Table read, and then finally you just develop Comp 15 into a final draft, which means you have the week to take people's feedback, to take your fleshed out outline and turn it into your best effort at a final, which means it is done. Like you have your whole fleshed out outline turned into a paper. So if you were stalling, now is the time to quit stalling and get going on this. Um, Next week, we're going to be fine tuning. That's where we'll get into like the close read of punctuation and the basics. So it's not finished because it's not going to be what you turn into me, but it will be your best effort at being done. That would be for this Sunday night at 10 p.m. Okay? The last thing I want you to do this week, forgot to write it on here, is called Hot or Not AP Test practice. What? Hot or not? So I know you're getting sick of writing essays. I heard that. I hear that. Um, but I still want you to prepare a little bit for the AP test. So we're going to play a little game that's not a game. It's my sad attempt at a game. Um, I have linked a document on Schoology. It's the last link. I'll put it on the schedule too. Um, called Hot or Not, obviously. Where are you at? One more back. Uh, all the way down. Hot or not. AP test practice. So you're going to go to a document that looks like this, and I want you to just do a little bit of typing on here. Hot sentences, not hot. You're going to go to the AP website, pick a year, pick sample essays question 2, which is rhetorical analysis, which is what we're going to write on. Skim the essay that scored high and scored low. Find a sentence, probably from the high scoring essay, that is hot, one that looks good, that does what we should strive to do. Then describe why it's so great. Then find a not sentence, terrible sentence, don't do this, what not to do. Type it here and then describe why it's not hot. So I'll just quickly show you. You're going to go to this website. That's the link you click. What you're going to see is all these years. You click on one where sample responses for question 2, that's rhetorical analysis. And you'll get these familiar looking essays. You've seen many that look like this. And then you'll get the teacher guide that tells you which scored what score. If you go all the way to the bottom. Yeah, so here you can see 2C scored a 2, 2B scored a 6, 2A scored an 8. So pick like the first one and the last one and find me a hot sentence and a not sentence and why that's the case. Okay, and that should be fun. Maybe we'll do some kind of fun game extension to hot or not. If we look back at the schedule, that is it for the week. So be sure to be communicating with me if you have questions. Sorry this video was a little bit long, but I hope that you have a good week and don't get senioritis. I'll try to make some mindfulness stuff soon. Take care.